going on, everybody? This is your boy JC from JC Eagles Talk, and tonight I have a special guest. First time on my show, and you already know because y'all been following me for a while, and you seen his face. You ain't never seen his face before until tonight. His name is Jimmy Smith. Let's go, Jimmy. Tell the people about you.
Yo, what's going on, JC? It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in. I actually run a group called On the Road to Victory. I started it a few years ago, ran into some health issues, and it was the Eagles, man. They were my saving grace, as crazy as that sounds, because sometimes they make you feel like you're going to have a heart attack and die, but they are what I truly love. So I've been dedicated to that. I now write and do some content. I run the social media accounts for Fourth and John. And yeah, those are my guys. And so, yeah, really busy, but always talking birds. So it's a pleasure to be here, man. And excited to talk some Eagles with you, man.
Yes, sir, Jimmy. Hey, we have a tradition on JC Eagles Talk. We have to play the Philadelphia Eagles national anthem. And here we go. Yes, sir. There's no better way to come on a live stream with that Eagles national anthem, because I believe that every time we score, every time I hear this song, it's good news. It's good news. It's a touchdown. It's a field goal. It's something good. It's never bad. So tonight is something good. I got you on my stream. And the hot topic today that's been burning since, I believe, like noon or 1, some stupid reporter tweeted out that if Deshaun Watson would have been traded, is a 90% chance he will come to Philadelphia Eagles. We back here again. So how do you feel about this? Deshaun Watson to Philadelphia Eagles. I want to hear it all. Unfiltered this. Just tell me your passion. Just let it out.
All right, man. Well, I'll be real with you. I felt the same way that you did when you woke up this morning. When you saw that, when you got the news, it's like, look, for me, this is something that is, it would have probably been something that could definitely have happened if Deshaun Watson didn't have these legal issues. So, unfortunately, he is going through some things, and that's something you can't just overlook, right? So, I'm all in on Jalen Hurts. I really believe in the kid, but if you look at what we have 2 first-round picks, a potential third if that Carson Wentz, pick turns into a first. So we have all the ammo, and that Howie is always, the quarterback factory. So he's trying to improve that room. So I think I talked about this months ago that, look for the Eagles to be aggressive and, possibly try to add a quarterback, someone like Deshaun Watson. And then those allegations came out, and it's like, I don't think so much. So they just keep rehashing these things, and I don't know why. Howard Eskin brought it up today, but Adam Schefter brought it up a week ago. And a week ago, I made a video and was like, here we go again. And so I was annoyed a week ago, annoyed again today, because it's like, look, until he figures that out, it's pointless in talking about it, and we're riding with Jalen Hurts. And I'm just trying to believe in Jalen Hurts as QB1. And, I just don't want any distractions. We're trying to retool. We're trying to get rid of all the bad we had. Why create more already? I'm not a fan of it right now.
So how do you feel about Jalen Hurts?
I love Jalen Hurts. A lot of people, last year were just really down on him. And look, when we drafted him, I thought that was a horrible move. Well, why are you doing that? There were so many players that I thought we could have added. And, you watch Jeremy Chin, what he did. And I was so pissed off because I thought that was somebody you could have definitely added. And regardless, here we are now. And Carson Wentz fell off. And regardless of how you feel about him or Doug Peterson, it was a horrible year for everybody. So we're setting records with 13 different starting offensive lines. I mean, it was bad all around, but look, we had to change. So Jalen Hurts just happens to be here. He was the second round. That's not his fault. We can't blame him. So people were already mad at him like it's his fault.
Exactly.
He came in, and the Saints was his first start. You know, he came in that half game against the Packers. He brought some energy. I was excited.
Absolutely.
So before the Saints game, people, oh, we're doomed. You're going to find out. And I actually thought we had some hope. This kid brought some excitement. And my buddy Evan, he brought up new quarterback energy. And, he dubbed it, NQE. So we were excited the week before. I had him on my show. We talked about it. Well, holy hell. At that time, the Saints, they had the best pass rush. Defense can't
Number one.
They're so good. Yeah. Jalen Hurts all over him, dude. I loved every second of it. And I also said after that game how excited I was. But let's temper our expectations. He's not going to do that every week. He didn't have a preseason. They were surprised by him. Some people are going to watch him tape. They're going to, not that they didn't have Alabama and Oklahoma tape, but this kid is the real deal. And obviously he has to work on some things, and people are just really holding on to those things. And it's like, yeah, but don't you think as a rookie, he's going to work on those things? Yeah. I mean, when Lamar Jackson came out, it was, he's the next best thing. He's just got to work on some things. Well, why can't we just say, let's see what Jalen Hurts looks like when he works on things? Because I think he's got a better arm than Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely.
And he's been working with someone like Quincy Avery in the offseason, just doing everything he can to get better. So people are upset with, I don't want to see workout videos. It's like, what do you want then? Do you just not want him to do anything? It's like, this kid is getting better, and I love his attitude. And I think it's the perfect yin and yang with Coach Nick Sirianni, just the way his attitude, fun-loving. He's out there, hey. But Jalen Hurts, dude, I call him the Terminator. He just means business. Comes in with those shades. That's just his attitude. He wants to win, and he's a fun-loving guy. He's a cool dude. But when he comes on the field, you can see he wants to win. He's a leader. I'm excited, and I think, Deshaun Watson's got to figure things out. Maybe just, wait and see if next year he's available, because if he figures it out, Jalen Hurts is a bust by any chance, which I don't think he will be. But you have all those picks. You have things. Why not? You drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. Why not find out what you have in him this year? He's got Devontae Smith, a true receiver, so we will find out.
So since you opened the bus door, what do you consider a bust for Jalen Hurts season? Give me like a bust stats for you.
Well, I think that's the thing going into the season. I'm optimistic, and a lot of people, I think, take that the wrong way. What do you think this team's going to do? And it's like, well, first off, I think this team can actually compete for the NFC East. I'm not out here saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but, dude, I think that they are very talented on offense. Obviously, I could be Booger McFarland. Well, the offensive line has to stay healthy. Yeah, no shit. So, sorry, but it's just like people need to realize, everybody needs to stay healthy. We get that. You know what I mean? So, I think for me, Jalen Hurts, I'm not going into the season expecting all these. He needs to go out, have a Pro Bowl season. I think, to me, it's not really too much the stats. I want to see his pass accuracy. I want to see his quarterback rating, and it's not so much wins and losses for me, but I want to see how he battles when we are down. I want to see his attitude, not just as the guy getting thrown in because Carson sucks, everybody sucks, and nobody's trying to win. This is a whole new team with a whole new attitude. Guys are rallying around him. Looks like they want to win last year. So I think this year going into the season, for me, it's really just going to have to be, I think he's going to be dynamic as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he could have probably some nice rushing stats. So if you're looking at fantasy, I think he's going to be a top 5 fantasy guy. But in like realistic terms, I think he could definitely throw for over a couple thousand yards, and definitely he could get close to having 1,000 rushing yards. This dude is crazy, but I think it's going to tie in when we talk about running backs, just having the threat of so many things with the RPOs and the play action that we're going to run. I don't want him to be too much of a dual threat. I don't want him to get murdered out there getting hit all the time. Yeah. I think he can be a pocket presence, but when the plays break down, it's awesome to see him use his legs, and I think he will this year. So for me, just him making not just his first read, getting through reads, I want to see his progression. So for me, it's really not going to come down to too many stats or wins or losses, what most people are looking at. It's really just his progression. How far has he come? Is he actually not just seeing his first read isn't open and running the ball? Has he gone through 2-3 reads? Play is actually broken down, then run. I really think he's done everything he could, and the Eagles have done everything they could with Sirianni, Shane Steichen, Kevin Patullo, Brian Johnson. The guys they brought in as coaches are going to all help him as a quarterback. So I'm excited for him, and I just want to see him grow.
Look, hey, I agree with everything you said so far. So I'm about to kind of like answer my own questions. So the first thing is Deshaun Watson. I do not want Deshaun Watson on the Philadelphia Eagles. Even if it's cleared, the NFL was still suspending him for at least 6 to 8 games. So if we just happen to trade for Deshaun Watson, we have to give up, I say, Jalen Hurts, because the Texans will want a quarterback, a replacement, and I believe 2 first-round picks, because he's a 25-year-old Pro Bowl quarterback. So I think that the Texans will want that package. Is he worth it? No. Because, okay, let's just say we do the trade. We do the trade, and Jalen and Deshaun Watson is on the Philadelphia Eagles. He's suspended for his first 6 to 8 games. We got Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is our backup. Ladies and gentlemen, don't even watch Eagles football. We are old and whatever. I don't even know. I would not do no content on the Philadelphia Eagles if Joe Flacco is a starting quarterback. We have no shot. Joe Flacco is no more a starting quality quarterback. So think about that. So if y'all saying, yeah, let's get Deshaun. Think about that. Jalen Hurts would not be on the Eagles if we trade for Deshaun Watson. He will be on the Texans. We will have a quarterback that's going to be on the exempt list, the commissioner exempt list, for 6 to 8 weeks. Would not be able to play. So we have the first 6 games is the toughest 6 games that we have.
Pretty tough.
So I was projected, even with Jalen Hurts, we split 3-3. With Joe Flacco, we 0-6. We're not winning none of those games.
You don't want
He's not mobile. He's not like Joe Flacco prime has gone since the Super Bowl. Since he won the Super Bowl against the 49ers, if y'all got some 49er fans out there, y'all suck. Matter of fact, I have a content creator of 49ers next week. I'm about to bring that up. But anyway, the 49ers, since they lost the Super Bowl against 49ers, Joe Flacco has been mediocre at best, and he got beat out by a guy that came and threw the ball, Lamar Jackson, and got run out of town. So that's our backup, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who want Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts would not be on this team. So let's fast forward. Jalen Hurts has not been given a chance. He was thrown into the fire against the number 1 defense at the time, which was the New Orleans Saints. And he cooked them on the ground and the air. He rushed for over 100-something yards, and he threw for over 300-something yards. And we beat the number 1 defense, the New Orleans Saints. I think, to me, that is Jalen Hurts' ceiling. Beating the Saints, a number 1 defense at the time, yes. Okay. Hey, we didn't see no tape on Jalen Hurts. That's your fault. That's not our fault. That's your problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your coach's job to do the research. So this is not Carson Wentz. This is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, he is aware of the pocket. He has pocket presence. Carson Wentz frustrated me last year when he literally saw people rushing in front of him. He kept on backing up instead of throwing the ball away.
Holding on too long.
Against the Cowboys, against the Washington football, he kept on like, okay, here, and get up and get beat inside the head. He gets sacked, fumble, and he gave the other team short field position. This is not Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts will go to his 1-2. He's so fast. 1-2, and then he's going to take off. Okay, but he will go through his progression first. That's what y'all have to remember about Jalen Hurts. Go back. I watch Alabama and I watch Oklahoma. This past week, I went back and watched Alabama and Oklahoma highlights of Jalen Hurts. I'm telling you right now, he's not getting sacked. He will not be the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. He will not. The minute he feel like he looked 1-2, hey, he's gone. And that's how he beat the number one defense last year. They were getting pressure on him, but he's so quick with his reads. If he's not 1-2, he takes off. So for all you guys that saying that Jalen Hurts is, his accuracy is bad, go check. Don't even worry about last year. Last year, there's no preseason, no offensive line,
exactly,
no weapons around him. Like, he got thrown in the fire against a number one defense and still managed to escape. Even the following week against the Cardinals, the defense is the reason why we lost that game. It wasn't Jalen Hurts. He played his tail off. We was down 16-0. He brought us back to be competitive in that game. Our defense is the reason why we lost that game. It wasn't Jalen Hurts. The Cowboys game is the only game I blame Jalen Hurts for, because we was up 14-3 or 17-3, whatever, but he started just panicking a little bit. That's the first time I saw him, fragile, panicking. But the Washington football team game, we pulled him. We was once again down 14-0, and he brought us back. We could have won that game. So in my mind, Jalen Hurts is 3-1. So look at the stats. Yes, he turned the ball over, but still 3-1 in my mind. If our defense was good enough and we was in position to make the playoffs, I believe that Jalen Hurts would have taken us to the playoffs in week 16 last year, because Doug would not pull him. He would start the offensive line, the defensive line. In fact, Kosh didn't play. Half our team didn't play that last game because he already knew we had nothing to play for. So Jalen Hurts is 3-1. He beat the number one defense. He brought us back from being down 16-0 against the Cardinals. Go check the tape. Before y'all criticize Jalen Hurts with zero offseason, with a banged-up offensive lineman, with jacked-up wide receivers, with a running back that can't catch for nothing, just go check the tape. Give this man a chance. I promise you, he will not let you down. He got benched in Alabama. And guess what? The following year, he came back after Tua got hurt and won a game for them. He transferred to Oklahoma and brought him to the college football playoffs. And his previous team didn't even make it, and he was the Heisman runner-up. So you tell me if that is a guy that can't lead the Philadelphia Eagles. We never had, and I've been an Eagles fan for a long time, we never had a strong-minded quarterback as Jalen Hurts. Just give him a chance. Just Deshaun Watson, I've seen Deshaun Watson play. He had bona fide number one wide receiver and DeAndre Hopkins his whole career. He still can't do nothing with them. But y'all Jalen Hurts haters gonna say, well, the defense sucks. They had J.J. Watt, Clowney on the defense.
Yeah, they gave up some pretty big wins there at times, man.
That's what I'm saying. So was it really like the defense or Watson? Last year, I watched Watson play. I had the Colts defense. 2 times, Watson was in position to beat the Colts Last under 2 minutes, he folded. He threw an interception and he fumbled. Go check it out. I had the Colts defense. I was happy when the Colts sacked them, fumbled, picked it up, run the other way because I had the Colts defense. So Watson is not all what y'all think he is. He always had a bona fide number one wide receiver. Why couldn't he do more? What, y'all gonna blame the defense? I mean, y'all blaming Jalen Hurts and just off 4 games, and he had nobody. Deshaun Watson had a bona fide DeAndre Hopkins, Kyle Fuller, I think it is. Is it Kyle Fuller? I think his last name is Fuller. Will Fuller, yeah. So Will Fuller, like, he always had some good guys around him on the offensive side. And the defense, Clowney and Watts, he still could not move past make it in the playoffs. I'm sorry. Deshaun Watson is not our solution. Our solution is giving Jalen Hurts a shot. If he goes 6-11, 7-10, build around him the following year. Our defense, everybody is like CB2. We are playing. Every team we play this season at least have 3 bona fide wide receivers. We about to get beat aside the head like ain't nobody business. Yeah. And it's not going to be Jalen Hurts' fault. We need to give him a chance. Now, if he throws 20 interceptions, 17 receptions, 20 touchdowns, okay, decision making, and then we could, come back to this conversation in the off season. But right now, take Deshaun Watson off the table, give Jalen Hurts a full off season, a new head coach with scheme in mind, will protect his quarterback. If you watch the Colts, they're all about running the ball, protecting the quarterback, RPO, and we'll see what happens. So I'm sick and tired. All day I've been defending myself for tweeting that y'all need to stop with this Deshaun Watson BS. I'm sorry, Jimmy Smith, but I had to get off my chest. So I'm sorry. All right. So we was on Deshaun Watson. You get your take. Anything else you need to add?
Nah, man. I think Deshaun Watson's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think it's a big testament to you got to have an offensive line and some running game if you want to do something. That's something the Eagles have. And I think if you let Jalen Hurts have an offensive line, you're going to see what kind of quarterback he is. I don't think you need to take someone that's a little bit older. He's not that old, like 25 years old. So Deshaun Watson, he's a good quarterback, but I agree with you. I don't think that's the direction the Eagles need to go. We're retooling, and you mentioned it. What a great point. What attitude Jalen Hurts has. He comes in here, man, and he's an effing leader, dude, and I love it because you're right. Even McNabb, he was booed, hated, but he just didn't really have that attitude. I loved McNabb, but I don't know. There's something about Hurts that just, man, and that doesn't make you a great quarterback just because you have the right attitude. But damn, I'll tell you what, that'll get you a long way if you are a good quarterback, having those two things. And I think he is. I think he is a good quarterback. You mentioned it. I just made a video last week, called it Jalen Hurts season. It was all his college highlights, went right through all of those, baby. So I was right there with you, DJ. I'm out here, JC. I was talking to a kid last name, DJ. I got all the damn acronyms. QE's my favorite, though. New quarterback energy. So that's what I'm riding with, man. I think Jalen Hurts is bringing that energy to the team, and I really think he can bring us to the playoffs this year. People are really pessimistic, and I get it. Look, there's going to be some bumpy roads. This is a retooling team, and Jalen Hurts finally is getting a preseason. He's going to have some training camp. So that was huge last year. So it's kind of a scratch for me, but I don't scratch what the great things I saw, the bad things I understood. And I think he looked at the same thing everyone else is, probably a lot more than we have. And he's working on those things. And I think he's going to come out, and I think he's going to be awesome. So I'm with you. I think we ride with Jalen Hurts, and I think he's going to surprise the hell out of this world. And then we're all going to forget we were even talking about Watson.
Hell yeah. Hey, before we move on, I would like to give a shout out to the people that are in the chat. Big plays say Big Play Slay, TA, Bobby Murphy, Coach Dante, my partner in crime this upcoming season, Brenda Cox, Bird Gang 31, Birdman 951A. Thank you for joining this chat. And this is my guy right here. His link is below. If you're not following him, then you are missing out because he bringing the energy tonight on the show. Once again, let them know who you are real quick before we move on because we got a lot of new people joining the chat of the show.
JC, once again, I want to say thank you for having me on, man. I'm bringing the energy because you let me feel it. And the intro starting off with the Eagles song, come on, man. That had me going. Dude, the people couldn't see me, but I'm back here singing along, losing my mind. I'm ready to get to the stadium and lose my damn mind. You guys can find me at On the Road to Victory with Jimmy Smith at OTR2 Victory on Twitter. I'm on all social platforms. So, dude, once again, JC, though, this has been great so far. So thank you to everyone tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying.
Yes, sir. Hey, once again, his link is below. You know what I mean? So, hey, we all about the brotherly love. We show each other some love because this upcoming season, I have a feeling it's going to be a special season. I just have it. Like, look, you could call me Mr. Optimistic. I might change my name from JC Eagle to Mr. Optimistic. I don't know, but I have a good feeling about this season. And I'm telling you, this season, the Philadelphia Eagle content creators are going to be on fire. Like, this is the off season, and we already on fire. I'm burning up. Look. I'm just burning up right now. But I promise you, once we start the season, it's Hurts season, nonstop season, winning season, whatever season you want to call it. You need to be on the Philadelphia Eagle bandwagon. And you know what, Mr. Smith? Lately, I've been giving out Philadelphia Eagle applications.
Oh my God!
This expires September 8th because the season starts September 9th. So if you are not on the Philadelphia bandwagon, you are missing out, and you need to jump on board now because September 8th, the doors are closed. No
JC,
more.
I think you would have, I wish we would have found each other sooner, man. You would have loved me much sooner because I had plenty of posts, and probably a couple months ago, I told him, look, and I made a train GIF, and I said, the train's leaving the station, baby, because everybody wants to be pessimistic, and I love it, dude. I'm also optimistic, but with the right view, like you said, I'm not going in Super Bowl bound, we're the greatest team ever. No, it's the excitement for what we're building toward for the next couple of years. And I think that Super Bowl trophy could be a lot sooner than most people think.
Yes, sir. Hey, Bobby Murphy. Hurts had a higher completion percentage in college than Wentz did. And Hurts was playing in the SEC, not division I like Carson was. Yes, he was not. Bobby. He was not. I mean, and look, if the Philadelphia Eagles could mortgage, they literally mortgaged their future on Carson Wentz, which kind of paid off. To me,
it did, in a sense, yeah.
In my mind, it paid off. Carson Wentz is the reason why the Philadelphia won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we wouldn't win without him. Yep.
We would not. No way. Oh, I'm sorry. The clap. No way that Nick Foles has ever started 16 games.
Nope, he never has. Exactly. Thank you.
And there's no way that Nick Foles would have got us to 11-2 record when Carson Wentz went down. Carson Wentz on a torn ACL, PCL, MCL threw a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Breaking the Eagles' record for touchdowns in a season.
He would have won the MVP. So
it was amazing.
Look, I would never trash Carson Wentz that year, but I would say that the way he went out was a weak move. I feel like that he was weak-minded and he thought that he was privileged. That he was like, hey, I'm the starting guy. I don't want no competition. We lost Carson Wentz the night of the draft when we drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I think we broke him mentally right then.
Our season was over because even though he said the right words, oh yeah, they called me, yeah, I agree. Hell no, second round pick, ain't pick a quarterback when you could have picked Chang out there. I mean, that was a Pro Bowl safety / middle linebacker. Like we could have put weapons around Carson Wentz, and we drafted Jalen Rager instead of Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson had 7 touchdowns, 11 plus 100 yards receiving, Pro Bowl, first team All Pro. I mean, he was balling that year, and we drafted a guy that was 300 yards, 1 touchdown.
Well, I think to Rager's case, I think that he's a really good receiver. I don't think he should have been taken over Justin Jefferson. So I think people get that twisted. That has nothing to do with Rager's game.
No,
I think anybody, you could put Kerry Rice in the offense. This offense sucked. I don't think Justin Jefferson would have done too well here. He went into a great situation over in Minnesota. But I'll be real with you. Justin Jefferson, oh my God, for people saying he was only slot, they were high as hell because he was awesome. I can't believe we passed on him, but I try not to hold that against Rager. I think last year I was so pissed off because Doug Peterson did not use Jalen Rager correctly at all. And every time he would get hurt or something, he'd come back early from injury. And I thought, hey, I love the toughness of the kid, but then I would never see him used. When he finally started getting used was when Jalen Hurts gets plugged in. All of a sudden, I see him running back a punt return for a touchdown. I see him catching a bomb. It's like, wait a second here. So I think when we have someone like Nick Sirianni, you talk about watching Indianapolis offense, I think you're going to see quick throws. You're going to see some end arounds. You're going to see many ways to get the ball to Jalen Rager. So I think you're going to see an improved Jalen Rager. I try not to think about Justin Jefferson when I'm talking about Rager because that sucks. And it'll always be, that's Howie's fault. Just like that's Howie's fault he drafted Hurts. But I agree with you. Carson, mentally, that broke him. And yeah, it's Howie's fault for drafting him, but Carson should have fought. And when he said, oh, when I got benched at the Packers, that's when I knew it was over. You quit? You should have been like, yo, I'm going out and practice this week and I'm winning my effing job.
Look, bro, hey, I never knew that until I heard the press conference. Until I heard the press conference, I lost all respect for Carson Wentz. When he said mentally, and
I loved him, but I'm with you, man. That was weak.
I have a Carson Wentz jersey.
Yeah, man.
How do you feel?
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean, it's just one of them things. Like,
I was on my deathbed, bro, with my Carson jersey, shoving it in people's face, man. I thought
that Carson Wentz would have been the next Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning in the pocket, but more mobile. Like, you just like, oh my God, it pisses me off.
Me
too.
But
that's my luck though, because every jersey.
How about it? Hicks, Ertz. Oh, we'll see about that one.
Every jersey, but look, every jersey I've gotten, the following year, the player is gone.
Feels like
that. I don't know if I'm a jinx, but McNabb. Who would thought that we would trade McNabb to the Washington Redskins at the time? Michael Vick was gone. McCoy, Chip Kelly came and got rid of a whole freaking team. Young team at that. McCoy jersey. Carson Wentz. When we mortgaged the future for Carson Wentz, there's no way in hell I thought that the Philadelphia Eagles was going to get rid of him. Like literally 5-6 years later. I was like, yo, this is the next Brett Favre. But I underestimated his mindset. And your mind is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Once your mind goes, and your whole body goes. Trust me, I know. Because I'm one of those guys. If I see someone sick and coughing next to me, I'm like, oh, please, I hope I don't get sick. Next thing you know, I'm sick. Because my mind, it literally in my mind ain't ruined my whole body. So when Carson Wentz saw that the Philadelphia Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, he tapped out. He could say the right words, but mentally, the first game of the season, we was up, I think 17-0 or 17-3 against the Washington football team, against the great almighty Washington football team front, first round picks all over the place. We was busting their heads. And here you go, the gift of Carson Wentz. Pick six, fumbleize everywhere. Like I don't understand this, because he kind of like, you know what? I'm done. I think that he was done once we drafted him, and then he tried to like ignite that fire. You know what I mean? Because I saw a couple workout tape with Carson Wentz and the wide receivers, but not like I'm seeing right now with Jalen Hurts and the wide receivers and everybody. Like, oh, Jalen Hurts, and you know, he deadlifting 650 pounds, you know, leg strong and all, mindset strong, Alabama, Oklahoma, second runner-up Heisman Trophy. And there's no way. So I'm hoping tonight, I'm trying to change y'all weak-minded Eagle fans, telling y'all that Jalen Hurts is the right guy, especially for Philly. Philly could be a tough place to play in. We ruined Ben Simmons, ex-Ben Simmons. He can't even hit the damn backboard. Yo, he's shooting air balls. Yo, we ruined Carson
I'd rather him just shoot those air balls than not shoot at all.
Yeah, but you know what? We ruined first-round picks, second-round picks. It don't matter what picks.
We have lately, that's for damn sure,
like,
man.
Markel Fultz. Also, he can't shoot. His shoulder hurt. Like, yo, we had to trade him out of town. We traded him out of town.
That's the thing about Philly, dude. JC, let's be real here.
It's a hard place to play.
Very hard, and you got to be mentally tough.
Jalen Hurts is the perfect guy for Philadelphia.
Yep.
Yo, he got benched in Alabama. Nick Saban is the GOAT. Of all college football coaches, Nick Saban is the
pretty
GOAT.
Damn good, yeah. Yeah,
he benched you. He said, you know what? You're not good enough. Go sit your ass down.
Championship.
Come on, Tua. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you're starting. And then he got hurt. Come on, Jalen. We need you. Come back in. Win us a game. And then the following year, who start? Jalen Hurts played. And then he moved on to greener pastures, to Oklahoma. And he brought them
out.
And he brought them to the playoffs. He was Heisman runner up. You know how good you gotta be?
Yeah.
Especially in what Oklahoma was in the worst defensive freaking Oklahoma is in the, it's not in Pac-10. Is it Pac-10? I think Oklahoma, let me see. SEC is 12. I think, look, Oklahoma is in whatever worst.
I know they're trying to get into the SEC right now.
Yo, they are in the worst conference at defense-wise. They are in the worst conference. There's no defense when it comes to whatever conference that Oklahoma was in. And Jalen Hurts still came in runner-up for the Heisman.
Yeah.
So y'all Philadelphia Eagle fans out there that's trashing Jalen Hurts, just stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
I'm with you, man.
You do not know who you have. You have a Russell Wilson in the making. He remind me of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was a 4th-round pick. Like, Matt Flynn signed that.
Yes, he did.
That offseason, he signed to a 4-year whatever contract.
It was a 1 game.
I think
got fleeced.
Russell Wilson either beat him out in training camp or after 1 game.
Beat him out.
Yo, we never heard of Matt Flynn again. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts could be the next Russell Wilson if you just give him a chance. Don't give up on him. Do not give up on him.
Yeah, I think he's in a league of his own, man. I think that he's just like you said, Russell Wilson-esque. He's got all the capabilities to do those things, and we gave him a real receiver. And the new coaching staff is huge because I think they're going to run the ball. You need to be able to establish the run if you're going to have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. So I think that's going to benefit him. Obviously, a healthy offensive line, but I think we're in for a wild ride here. At least a lot of excitement this year, a lot of jumping up and down for wild plays.
Yeah, hey, let me start reading some of these comments, man.
Yeah,
hey,
thank you, Coach Dante. I appreciate the
Coach Dante, my God. You know what? That's my partner in crime because this upcoming season, we have some special things in mind. Like Tuesday will be waiver wire Tuesday. Friday will be injury reporting and who to start. Sunday will be game picks. So we have a lot of things coming into the upcoming season. So if not subscribed to my channel, you might want to subscribe to my channel or Coach Dante's because we about to try to be the next Stephen A. Smith, ESPN.
I will return the favor, Coach Dante, as soon as I am done here. And dude, sir. I appreciate you guys. I go live every single day, and I always talk about, and even if it's some clickbait, I always try to nip it on the butt and let people know if it's real or not. I've got some Eagles reporters that I've had on the show that now I get some inside sources on things. So I'm always happy to check out you guys, and I hope to keep working together in the future, man. I truly do.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I picked you because I love your energy. I told you, I watched your video, and I'm like, this is the guy I want on my show. Like, he's like the Energizer Bunny keeps going and going and going. And I didn't even know your story before tonight. You told me before, we came on the show. So like, it's just a match made in heaven. You know what I mean? Hey, who knows?
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So TA, I'm still butthurt about Jefferson.
We all are.
We all are. Look. Hey, Philly Jim, my previous co-star. If you're not subscribed to him, check out my previous live stream and go subscribe to my man, Philly Jim. We had an awesome time also. Jefferson definitely should have been picked. Everybody knows in the world that Jefferson should have been picked over Jalen Reagor. But somehow Howie Roseman thought that he
outsmarting everyone.
Let me see the numbers. And
you should have seen me, dude, on my live. I was losing it, dude. You want to see energy? Oh, I was ready to snap.
Thank God I didn't have a YouTube channel then because I was blown up. I probably would have punched some screen and whatever because I was heated. Justin Jefferson was house shopping in Philly. If you didn't know that, Justin Jefferson was house shopping in Philadelphia because Philadelphia told him, or he assumed that he was going to be the pick if it came down to it. And we picked Jalen Reagor. Exactly.
I like Reagor though, so I try. Like I said, I try to get over that because it's the wrong move.
I like Reagor yet. I cannot say I like Reagor yet. I need to see something this year. After this year, that I can say, okay, you know what? I like Reagor and Smith because Jefferson and Smith would not work out because because they're both number ones. So I think Smith and Reagor would work out better than Smith and Jefferson because there's no ego involved on the Jefferson part. Yeah. He's from LSU. LSU players got egos, man.
He does. He's good. He's real good. And I think him and Devontae Smith have the same kind of build, and they're both really, really talented. I would take either one, but dude, in January, I wrote an article for 4th and John, and it was on why we should draft Devontae Smith at pick 6. And that was when we still had the 6th pick. But obviously, I thought Chase and Pitts would be gone. Now, we moved back, and everybody was losing their mind. Why are we doing this? And I said, watch, we'll trade back in the top 10. Don't worry. This is how he works. And everybody, why would you do that if you just had? And I said, because if you get to keep that extra first you just got, which we did, then you still get a stud, which we did. You get Devontae Smith at 10. And I wrote in that article what it would mean for someone like Jalen Reagor. You get someone like Devontae Smith who is interchangeable. He can play X. He can play Z. He can play in the slot. And Reagor can move all around too. Now you have guys like Fulgham, Watkins that are trying to make the team. They can come in. And they can be a lot better because they are not dependent on being the top receiver on this team. You actually have talented guys, and it's going to help Rager immensely because first off, he wasn't used correctly by the coaching staff. And I think having a true X receiver like Devontae Smith, obviously the defense is going to be keyed on him mostly. It's going to open things up for Rager, but I think this kid is really going to shine in year 2. He's driven. His dad's an ex-Eagle, and he talked about how mad he was that he got hurt. So he came back early. Remember? He's going to be on the pup to start season. Kid starts season, gets hurt, going across the middle, hurts his thumb, comes back. Oh, he's going to come back after the bye. Comes back the week before the bye just because he wants to, try to tough it out. And I think a lot of the stats and people overlook things. And Justin Jefferson, it makes it so hard. But
it does.
I love Justin Jefferson too. But we got to get over it, We got to get over it because we could talk about it for another year. But we talked about it all last year. I'm ready for Rager and Smith, and I think everyone's going to feast on this offense. I think it's going to be explosive as hell.
But all fairness, who do people compare Mr. Umbrella Man, JJ Arcega-Whiteside to? Who did they compare to?
Oh, well, there's another huge miss.
DK
Metcalf. I can't.
We will always
that's
compare.
like 3 years ago now.
The next, damn, we could have had that guy.
That's Howie.
So yes, we will always compare. No matter how good Rager is, we always gonna be like, what did he do? What did he do?
I try not to be. I'm not going to do that. Howie messed that up.
Realistic, but us Eagles fans, I am too. I will always be looking at DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson like this.
Oh yeah, it'll always suck for sure. I can't let it still bother me. That if I do that, then I'd be talking about it for the rest of their careers because they're amazing. They are all pro. We missed it, but I could do that with hundreds of players that the Eagles have missed on.
Right. And let me refresh that. If we miss the playoffs, I'm gonna start looking the other way. What did the other guy do? If we make the
can
playoffs,
always do that.
I'm like, okay, all right, we good. Hey, he got 200 yards. He's still better than you because we made the playoffs. So
what can you do for the team? That's it. Rager's not a number one. I think Smith's your number one, and then he's your 1B. He fits him perfectly. I think those two together are going to feast.
All right. So Bobby Murphy, the night we drafted Hurts, I told everyone Carson days are numbered, and Hurts would eventually be our starter. People called me crazy. Well, Bobby Murphy, I'm here to tell you, I apologize for every Eagles fan. You was not crazy. You was just lunatic at that time, but you are the man today. So you are the number one superstar. Congratulations. You know what I mean? So Philly Jim, Hurts should have been playing week 8 or 9. If we're being honest, most other quarterbacks would have been injured. I seriously think that we had a shot until we lost to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, look, I wanted to give Carson Wentz every single last opportunity available. I'm like, look, is it the O-line, the receivers? Is it something?
Every week.
I was blaming everybody else until I saw him play against the damn Browns. He looked at his number one read, wide open. He looked to the flats. He didn't even zoom it. He lobbed it. And then the freaking linebacker pick 6. That's another team that we should have beat was the Browns. Our defense was like the number one defense at that time against that Browns that day. They were spectacular. Like they were doing everything they could. And Carson Wentz fucked it up for everybody else. They done messed it up. Once he threw that pick 6, even after they threw the pick 6, they still had a chance until the fourth quarter when Doug Peterson, bad play calling, came into question because your quarterback sucks. So I don't blame Doug. I blame the quarterback and
I blame
kicker.
all of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's blame to go all around because if you say, you know what, Carson, I trust you. Boom, pick 6. Hey, Elliott, I trust you. Miss field goal. What do you expect a coach to do at this point? Stop trusting them and say, hey, you know what? Go for it. Yo, I don't trust you, but look, I can't trust nobody else. So, hey, my nerds up there saying the analytics, just go for it. So, yeah, he went for it. We should never tie the Bengals. We should never lose to the Browns. We should never lose after we came back to the Baltimore Ravens if we didn't go for 2 because we had it. But hey, remember, we got the ball back. After we stopped them, if we just kick a field goal, we got the ball back and we drove down, but we had to get a touchdown instead of a field goal to win the game. But I can't go back in the past. I'm moving forward.
Yeah, man. Ooh. I'm optimistic about the future. It needed to change. We all knew last year what was coming every week. And like you said, you're looking at things like, okay, this guy's coming back this week. Oh, okay, Ertz is coming back. Oh, we're going to be Goddard's back. Every week you're trying to tell yourself. You're like, oh, yeah, putting my hat on, putting your clown makeup on. You're like, okay, maybe, just maybe he has regressed. And he said it himself when he got to Indy. I feel more at home now. Go ahead, douchebag. I'm sorry, but hey, you're no longer Philadelphia Eagles. People want to cheer for him. No thanks, dude. You're not an Eagles green. The only thing I'm cheering for is you stay healthy for 75% of the time and your team sucks because I want a better draft pick. Go ahead.
Look, I agree with you, and apparently Philly Jim agree with you because he just subbed you up and he wants to collab with you.
I'll check you out too, man.
You are Mr. Popular tonight.
Appreciate you bringing me on, man.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all the brotherly love, man.
Right.
And Coach Johnson and Superman Carson Wentz entered the building against the Washington football team. Yeah, I mean, look, he stunk it up. I mean, the first half was great. We was up 17-3, 17-0.
Without Lane, without Brooks, without Miles.
And you know what I think may happen? I think in the second half, like Carson Wentz went to drink some water, and then the coach was like, hey, Carson, hey, I need you to throw a couple of pick six for me.
Yeah, about it. Something happens.
Here's a couple $100. You know what I mean? Here's a couple $1,000. Because he threw literally 2 pick sixes, and that's how they got back in the game. Like,
I felt scared after that game. I was like, oh, God. I was already scared that Brooks wanted more money. Then Ertz was whining. Everybody's whining. And I'm like, the season didn't even start. Then Miles is out. Lane's out. Brooks is out. Carson's sucking. I'm like, oh, God, please don't let this be the season. Little did we know it would be complete torture.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Philly Jim said you can't blame Philly for everything, though, because a lot of these guys ruin themselves. Look, you have to be strong. Look, no, they did not ruin themselves. The city ruined them because they were not mentally tough enough.
We're like the hardest test. You know what I mean? If you can't drive a Ferrari, don't get in the car. You know what I mean? We're the test drive you don't take.
Exactly. You've heard it from the time you were little. Philly was one of the hardest and the worst place to play in as an athlete. They threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Santa Claus. I don't believe in Santa Claus, but hey, I would never tell, in my little kids that, you know what I mean, when I have little kids. I would never tell them that. Because,
there was a drunk guy that was being an asshole. I just want to make that clear. That Santa.
No. You told him, like, ain't no damn Santa Claus. Like,
that was a fake ass Santa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, I mean, look, I'm from South Jersey. I do have a heart. I'm like, okay, Santa. Oh, the Tooth Fairy got you that $2. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Hey, when they're little, you have to try to psych their mindset. You know what I mean? Just like trick their mindset. But you're a grown ass man. Look, I don't care how many times you got booed or got snowballs thrown at you or Giannis Antetokounmpo and whatever his last name is. Every game in the playoffs was like 1, 2, 3. You do like this.
Hit it.
He took his time. Because you know why? He didn't let people get into the freaking mindset. Yeah. Once the people get into your mind, you're done. So if you tell me that Markelle Fultz, I watched him in college. He was balling, and that's why he was number one. I never thought he should have been number one, but I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm from South Jersey, and I'm New Jersey Nets. So and then moved to Brooklyn. But I never thought that Markel Fultz should have went number one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It just was.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had Jason Tatum. I would never do that. I'm a Dukes fan. My ninth grade teacher turned me into a Dukes fan, so I watched Duke my whole life. I knew that Jason Tatum, I was like, please don't do it. Please. And then one position down, and they fleece your ass. They fleece you.
Yeah,
they got
bad.
number one. They fleece the Sixers with a guy that can't shoot. I would never do that trade because Duke is it's just like playing for Alabama. Duke is a top-known college basketball that you want to get your players from. Like Markel Fultz played for who? UCLA, I think.
To an extent, I agree with that. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe, but no, he should not be number one. But hey, I'm not the GM. It is what it is. So, but
I think both of them were just not ready for the situation they were put in, man. Philadelphia's tough as nails. And I think, Philly Jim's right that we can't blame it all on Philly, but Philly is tough. And I don't agree with how some people like reaching out to them on social media saying really heinous stuff. I'm not down with that, dude. I'm down with having their back. Like if I can actually talk to them and interact, I'm letting them know I got your back and let's ride this season, man. That's my only job as a fan. And I want on Sundays to be happy because it affects my entire week after. So please.
Yeah. I mean, look, I agree with you, man, but not everybody is built
exactly
to play
like Hurts
in Philly, man.
Yeah.
Like
I think Hurts
Wentz was like Wentz, Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons. They are so weak-minded to me. Like they feel like I was drafted at this position, so I should be treated at this certain, I should get.
Yeah, you can't be privileged, and I think that might be part of it.
Once you stop being hungry, you lose the battle. Like,
and I hope they get it right, man. Like I hope they do. You know what I mean? Like, and you're right. It's a big part of your life, so it's like
exactly
it's tough to see.
And that's why I love Jalen Hurts. He played in that. Tell me another school that's bigger than Alabama. I'll wait.
No, seriously, exactly. They're the number one. Anyone that ever wants, they say SEC, they're not even thinking SEC. They're thinking Alabama. That's what they're talking about. Yep. That's the players you want.
LSU, Auburn, Alabama is Nick Saban. Yo, matter of fact, hey, don't even say Alabama. It's Nick Saban because he's like the Bill Belichick of the NFL. Matter of fact, they were on the same coaching staff back in the day.
Oh, they're good buddies. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So the mindset is the same. They don't show no emotions. What we're 11-0. Hey, they won the championship. So why are you laughing? Oh, my bad, coach.
They mean business. Yep.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they mean business.
And you can see Jalen Hurts is a product of that. And I love that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So for all
so is Devontae.
So all your weak-minded Eagle fans out there, I know, look, I know I need 20 more subscribers, but if y'all watching this and y'all unsubscribe to me for telling the truth, then I can't help y'all. I mean, I'm a product of I hate weak-minded individuals. I'm a soldier, and I've been to combat, so I don't like weak-minded individuals. You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. So I need y'all to stop with your little heart and think with your head. Strategy. And Jalen Hurts, keeping him is a strategy move, regardless what type of season he had. We need to keep him and build around him because based on his past, things going to change around. It's the first year quarterback, defense coordinator, receivers are new, linebackers is new. Wilson, Harris's new safety. We had no CB2. What do you expect this guy to do? Like, I got us going 11-6. So I don't know what you got us going, but this is a perfect time to ask this question. What do you have us going for the season?
I try not to get too much into the prediction stuff yet. Just because I'll give you something, but
please do.
We're at 90 men right now. I would love to see what's going on in the preseason. I think, like I've said, we're going to have some growing pains, but I think we can win the NFC East. I think that's going to take, obviously, us being over 500. Some people have us, like, I saw something ridiculous with like 3 wins. That's outrageous. I think I have us going. Stupid. Someone asked me this before, and I told them, honestly, I could see us going 10-7, and they were like, "Oh!" And I said, to be safe, I said, maybe 9-8, just because of a few mistakes. I said, but I think this team is really going to surprise people. And if now, keep in mind, the reason I say this right now is because I think we could be 11-12 win team if you add Steven Nelson to the outside corner position and allow all of the nickel cornerbacks that you have to compete for that inside job, rather than saying, "Who the hell is playing outside?" So. Yeah, you could fix that. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily like a need right now. It is, but this team right now isn't headed toward the Super Bowl. So I'm not, it's like with Zach Ertz. Like, we don't need to have him, to me, because we're not going to the Super Bowl. We're right now retooling for the future. So why have a guy that's not helping your future? I mean, I'm looking toward the next couple of years.
Yeah, look, I agree 100% with you. I got us with 11 wins. Shocking the world because they got us winning 3, 4, 5 games, the worst team in the NFC East.
I love being the underdog.
If only they knew how the NFC East works. There's not been any repeated champions since the Philadelphia Eagles 03, 04, our Super Bowl year.
High school I was in.
I was in Iraq, so I was watching it. You know
how
what I mean?
Ago that is.
Yeah. Exactly. So if anybody's smart enough, they know that the NFC East will always be either a 2-team or 4-team race. Even last year,
crazy.
If we would have beat Dallas, we would have definitely beat Washington.
He would have tried, yeah.
We would have been in the playoffs. 6-win team in the playoffs, 6-10.
I was glad we weren't. I was rooting for my Birds. I wanted them to win because I always do. But at the end, I was like, yes, we're getting a better pick. And I said, Washington's just going to get lost to Tom Brady.
Game, I was like, all out. I was like, all in
pick, baby.
Game. And I was like, no, what you doing, Hurts? God damn it, Hurts.
Rough season last year. Like, real rough season.
I was like screaming, like, no, don't score that touchdown. Come on, man. Like, when Doug Peterson pulled Hurts out, I was like, yes, the number 6 pick is secured. I was watching the game. I was happy.
Yeah. And I said I've never been happier about a loss. I hate losing. It ruins my whole week. I know but it's like, that was actually weird. I was like, hey, going in the offseason feeling pretty good. If Howie figures, and I made a video right after, if Howie figures out the cap this way, and I showed how he could do it, then I showed, what we needed in the draft. Holy shit. He actually did good. He actually not only signed all of these guys that you had mentioned, Eric Wilson, Ant Harris, talk about Joe Flacco, even Kerryon Johnson, Andrew, all these guys under $2 million. The last 2 I mentioned under $1 million on cap hits. That's huge. Then you draft 6 out of your 9 picks were defensive players where we need a lot of help. Building toward the future. I know we didn't get necessarily an outside. Zach McPherson, I love. He can play inside, outside, man, zone. I don't think I want to throw him in the fire outside right away. So needs some help there. But I thought overall Howie had a damn good offseason. And he had some horrible past years. So he needs to keep improving on that before I give him any kind of.
And imagine if we release or trade the Fletcher Cox. If he do not prove to be a 8+ sack, defensive tackle, I would release him or trade Fletcher Cox because right now his value would never be higher right now because we owe him $15 million next year and $16 the following year. So if he's not producing at the trade deadline, I would entertain some trade talk for Fletcher Cox. I'm sorry, but I would. And in the following year, like the following offseason, we already have $40 million plus in cap space. We probably could have 50 plus. We could rebuild a Super Bowl team that offseason if Jalen Hurts turned out to be that quarterback, that guy. We could build 3 first-round picks with trading Cox or release him or whatever, 50 plus cap $1 million. There's no way you could tell me that Philadelphia Eagles the following year would not be in position in all areas, especially on defense. We could go out and get a Howard or a 1 year for Sherman or a 1 year for, Nelson or just trade for, that Patriot defensive back. Gilmore. Yeah. So, we are in a perfect situation, but we need the quarterback to succeed. But, I agree, man. So, hey, Bobby Murphy, when the Packers drafted Love, Rodgers came out and won the league MVP. When the Eagles drafted Hurts, Wentz curled up and cried like a baby. Look. I agree. I've been saying this since over and over and over and over again. I definitely agree with you. There's a different mindset. I felt like that Wentz felt like that he was privileged his whole life. He went to a small college for a reason because he wasn't known. But at a small college, he was the man. He was the man. And then the Eagles mortgaged the whole future to they trade Sam Bradford, they trade to the Rams, and we got some picks back, and then that's how we was able to move up and draft Carson Wentz. So, yeah, I agree. Your thoughts?
Yeah, getting rid of Bradford of the Vikings was awesome. We fleeced their asses. But
I think we did.
Well, I mentioned it. Carson. That's what I said earlier. I feel Carson Wentz, obviously, he tapped out. So I agree with you. With the Cox thing, that's going to cost you too much dead money to try to trade him or release him right now. I think next year that's definitely a possibility. He's costing you $23 million. Fletcher Cox.
Oh yeah.
I think what you want to try to do is restructure him. He's making way too much and costing way too much for his lack of production he's had. But I still think he's got a lot in the tank. It's just. He would cost you $17 million in dead money if you traded him, and he would cost you $15 million in dead money if you cut him. So you're essentially paying for someone that's not even there, and who you're trading is going to cost you money. So that's going to counteract each other, and that's going to really hurt. So what you would want to do is restructure him, and then maybe trade or cut him. But I would keep him, restructure him, and see if he can help Milton Williams come along.
Yeah, look, I think that this draft should have sent a clear signal to the vets, the Fletcher Cox, the Grahams, the Kelsey, because they literally drafted people in your position, younger, more hungrier, and cheaper. So if they don't ball out this year, I have a feeling that next year we probably might have maybe Kelsey, because Dickerson is flexible. Like we could put him on any position.
Yeah, he can play guard and center.
Yeah, so I think Cox might be gone.
You're going to see a lot of older players going next year, but
Brooks might be gone.
You have $45 million at this moment. It's going to go up, and you have 10 draft picks. So you're going to see this team making a lot of moves next year. But the key's keeping the young guys around.
Yeah, so Anthony Perry, the team always played different with Wentz. When Wentz was out, even when Foles came in. You know why? Because Nick Foles was not talented. When you're not talented, you listen to your coaches and you do exactly what they tell you to do. You say, hey, the guy, and remember now, they are able to listen to the coaches until 15 seconds, and then they cut it off. So like, hey, your first read will be open. We've seen this from the sideline. So Nick Foles, not being talented, I felt like he was like more willing to open to, criticism and say, hey, throw it that way. Okay, fine. I'll throw it that way. He believed in the coaching staff more than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was relying on his talents. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, no, I'm better than this play call. Hell, run. Hell no. I see this open, so I'm going to audible out of it, and then he do his own thing. So I feel like that the comparison between Wentz and Foles was just the ability to who was more talented. Carson Wentz was more talented, but Nick Foles was more disciplined. He was more willing to listen and just like more coachable. Your thoughts, Jimmy?
I thought Nick Foles, the year I started on the road to victory, 2017, I got a lot of slack for saying Nick Foles was the perfect backup. He's not a starting caliber quarterback. And, a lot of people wanted him starting. What I said was, if God forbid something happens to this young kid, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles would be perfect. He knows what Doug Peterson wants because, he played in Kansas City with them. He has that same system as Andy Reid, all this great stuff. Look, when he came in for Carson Wentz, my whole thing was perseverance. And I think that Nick Foles could, if he plays this system correctly, because you saw what this team was made of. We had already lost a lot of people. I thought we were still a pretty damn good team that could win the Super Bowl. So I was getting death threats, getting people, you don't know what you're talking about. And I said, well, just watch. So I called in to a radio station. I won't say who. I told them it was right before I went into the Falcons game. And I said, I'm about to watch the Eagles beat the Falcons, and then we're going to go win the Super Bowl. And they laughed at me, and they said, we can't even beat the Falcons. They were so pumped to talk shit about my birds. And I was like, look, you fake-ass dudes. Let me tell you about my birds. And I watched, in the end, as Julio did not catch it, Jalen Mills up there. And then we went on and won the Super Bowl. And for me, it's always just funny that, Nick Foles was the perfect kind of leader. That was just he hit the right stride. So, yeah, I'm not saying he's not talented. He made it in the NFL. If he could stay healthy, maybe he'd have a lot better of a career. But he's not uber talented where you're going to think I don't know why the Bears or Jags or anybody ever thought anything other than him winning that Super Bowl meant anything. But that's because the team was riding a wave, baby.
Yeah.
And I think, he fit the system. He did exactly what his strengths were. We played to his strengths, and that's what helped us win a Super Bowl. He had some amazing throws he made that were miraculous, some amazing tips, some things that happened in his favor. So it's like the gods were on our side that day, and I'll take that. But I would never, after that season was over, I said, I was all behind Foles, but I will never, ever champion for him to be the starting quarterback come the start of the season. Everybody, Foles over Wentz. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Because Carson Wentz was the reason that we got there. So that made it really weird. So now I was one of the only people that believed in Foles. Now I've got to sit here and be like, no. This guy doesn't stay healthy an entire season. Stay away. And then they kept him.
Doesn't.
So then it caused that turmoil, dude. But as it was mentioned, look, people rallied around Foles, and you saw people just kind of lost that. After Wentz got hurt, the attitude changed. He played differently.
Yeah.
Things just changed, man, and it just regressed every single week.
Absolutely. And I think that Wentz has so much pressure on him because I think that he like deep down inside, he never felt like that he won that Super Bowl.
That was huge.
That he was part of that Super Bowl.
You had to watch for the sideline.
Exactly. But like everybody knows that without Wentz, we would never win that Super Bowl. But it's all about that individual mindset. It's all about his mindset. We was on one question. We never moved on to the next one. Zach Ertz is my next question. It's been reported that Zach Ertz will be reporting to camp. I feel like I would just wish he sit out, but he's not dumb. The NFL players these days are businessmen. Like if Zach Ertz sit out one day, $40K.
40G. Oh, dude, I think
2 days, $80K.
Every day.
Every day.
And fines.
$40,000.
And
back in the day, it used to be like, once you show up, here's your money back. You know what? Thank you. You showed up. But nowadays, the past 3-4 years, they changed that. Like the team,
they changed it again in February of 2020, and it's $40,000 each day that they're out. You hit the nail on the head with that.
And the team cannot give it back to them. Like, okay, so here you go. No. They some way somehow could try to figure it out into the contract somewhere, a bonuses somewhere in there, like deep down in there. But it's not like back in the day. We like, here you go. You reported to camp. Here's your money back. So I always knew that Zach Ertz would report to camp, but I don't expect him to stay on the Philadelphia Eagles through camp because I'm hoping that Howie Roseman tell him, look, Zach, you reported to camp, but you're not tight end number one. And what he's seeking is tight end number one money. We need to find out what we have in Dallas Goedert. Zach Ertz is our past. Are you Philadelphia Eagles fans that's so emotionally attached? Zach Ertz is our past. Be gone. Dallas Goedert is here to stay. He's younger. He's better in yak yards. He's top 3 in pass blocking. Dallas Goedert is better than Zach Ertz. We just need to give him a chance to prove it, and he needs to just stay a little bit healthy. But I'm telling you right now, if Dallas Goedert start a whole 17 games, he will be Jalen Hurts' number one target because everybody is going to be so focused on Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? So now who's going to be open? Or the mismatch? Dallas Goedert. If he's not open, Jalen Reagor. But a good tight end is a young quarterback best friend. So your thoughts?
I think this is another one. I've made videos about this one. It's probably going on like 6 months here with Zach Ertz. Here's the problem. Before the draft, we talked about if he does not get traded, which they did try to do, that he would still be here, but you'd have to wait till after June 1st for anything to happen because then the money changed. So once that money changed and everybody, well, then June 2nd, right? And it's there's no rush. So the point is you want him to come into training camp. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt or anything, but God forbid something happen. Somebody gets hurt, his price goes up, and somebody needs a tight end. You now have trade bait. But the money is exactly the same, whether you trade him or you cut him. So I'm not going to just cut him. And now you're going to save $8.5 million in cap space if you do. So that's great. But he's got some value to him. So you want to get something in return for Zach Ertz. And look, Zach Ertz is a great player. Yes, looking at this team, of course, this team would be much better with Zach Ertz. The thing is, you're looking toward the future. We're not contending this year. I mentioned it earlier in the video. I don't think Ertz needs to be here. I think it's time to see what Goddard has. I know a lot of people say he's injury prone, missed 5 games last year, missed a game the year before. He's dealt with calf strains, thigh strains, a thumb issue, ankle issue. Yeah. He's had some injuries, but we got to see if he's healthy. He had his chances last year to kind of show, and it wasn't always the greatest. I've seen flashes. I think the kid could be amazing. But it's concerning if Ertz is not here then. You brought Richard Rodgers back. I love that move. I think he needs to be here, but he's not blowing off the charts as some great tight end. He's your tight end 2, tight end 3. But on that, you got Jason Kroom. You've got Hakeem Butler, Tyree Jackson, Jack Stoll, I like as an undrafted kid, Caleb Wilson. So you've got guys that are going to compete, but they're all tight end 2, tight end 3, 4 guys. So you're looking at the football team, and you're like, do I want to get rid of Ertz? No. Of course Ertz makes you a better football team, but you have to look at it as a long-term thing, a mental thing. Ertz is not going to want to come in here and take a back seat to Goddard. We need to see what we've got in Goddard. He's cheap as hell. This is his final year of his rookie contract, so we got to find out if we're paying him or not. Ertz has got to go. I have said this for months. He's probably going to be at training camp, but I don't expect him to be in midnight green come week 1.
Ooh, see, you know what? Look, you are thinking like me. Yo, I made a video yesterday and I got killed over it. I was like, Zach Ertz, of course, is a businessman. He will report because he he's losing $40,000 a day.
A lot of money.
But do not expect anything more than that because he's a businessman. And trust me, Howie every day, Howie sucked in drafting, but he's good at cap space and free agency.
He did good on all of them this year. I'll give him credit for that, but he has sucked the past few years. Really,
yeah. I mean,
DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson. I'll do this.
I mean, so yeah, but this year, some way, somehow, we traded from 6, 12, 10. Thank you, Cowboys.
Still have that first, baby.
And still got that first. So
and we have the Heisman Trophy winner.
And we got, so exactly. So like I'm saying, but like, I mean, I've been just telling Eagle fans all day, do not read too much into this because I feel like.
Do you remember when his brother went on that show and was like, yeah, he's probably not going to be here? His own brother. And then he gave an interview and he was crying.
I didn't see that. Crying. I mean, I saw him crying like the last game, the last interview.
Then too.
Like, clean out the lockers and stuff. Yeah, I saw him crying. But yeah.
To me, it was over then. Just like with Wentz. You know what I mean? You see it.
Mentally, he was gone.
He wants more money. And we want to save more money. So that to me is like, nah.
That don't add up. I'm like, Eagles have no money. Zach wants more money.
And I've got Ertz jersey. It's not that I don't love him. Yeah. I love the dude. And I love what you're saying. It's a business, guys. We're not sitting here saying, I would love to see Ertz off the team. I'd love to win. I'd love if we could sign every effing good player. Problem is, you can't. And it's not that we need all this money at this moment, but maybe they are making a move. Maybe they make a different trade at a position nobody sees coming. So maybe they get a corner. We've got $4 million in cap space right now. After we sign Dickerson, we're still going to have a little over $4 million in cap space left.
$2 million, I think, after we sign a Dickerson, like 2.
No, it'll be 4. I have a show. I can let you check it out. I've got some graphics. I'm a math and cap nut.
Hey, I would check it out.
That, dude.
I'm subscribed to your show, so I would definitely check your show out. You know what I mean?
It's a good one. It's because everybody hates math, right? So, and a lot of people get misconstrued about what happens with the cap. So what they'll do is they'll take the person's number, they just subtract it from our cap space. You got to replace that person with the bottom 51st person because only 51 guys matter against the cap. You replace that. Dickerson's contract is going to be around 1.6, 1.7 mil. So he replaces a guy that's 850,000. So you're only looking at about 700, 800,000 affecting the cap. So if you're at 4.7 million, 4.8 million right now, you take about 700, 800 off. You're right around 4 million.
See, hey, and this is why I have this guy, Jimmy Smith, on my show tonight. He is schooling me. And I love football. I mean, I thought I knew the cap space money, but apparently I haven't. I don't. So, hey,
it's those websites, man. It's those websites. They everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So apparently I don't. So his link is below. Jimmy Smith. Yo, please like and subscribe to his channel because he brings the energy to my show tonight. If he was dull, I would have been dull. But tonight I'm hyped because of Mr. Jimmy Smith. So I appreciate you coming on my show.
Having a great time, bro.
Hey, exactly. So let's move on to some little comments here. Let me see. We still get a comp pick. You know, look, this is a good one. Hey, this is true. We still get a comp pick when Hurts leave in free agency, but
if that's how it happens.
Well, I mean, what is going to happen? Because every year, even last year, we got a comp pick for I forgot who left, but like every year, and Hurts leaving is a top tier free agency. So I'm hoping that we get a 3rd or 4th minimum for him.
If he leaves in free agency, you will definitely get a comp pick. It's whenever you're losing guys like that to free agency. If he gets traded this year, that's not going to help us. So it's going to all depend on how he leaves.
A comp pick, though.
I'll take it's really I need a pick, but I'll take a 4th. I'll take a 4th round for him.
Yo, I would not trade Hurts no less than a 4th. I've been saying it the whole offseason. I would not give Hurts a 4th. A 4th, it's not even that much to ask. A 4th
Yeah, he's
round.
worth more, but because his play sucked
He
last year and
is.
he wants more money, teams know that they have us by the balls.
Exactly.
So,
This dude broke the tight end NFL reception record
yeah,
the Super Bowl
great
year.
tight end.
You know what I mean? So he still got 3-4 young years in him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, absolutely. So I really think that he is worth a minimum of fourth, maximum the third. So it is what it is. And hot take on Kenny Gainwell is a freaking and a freaking fifth. Yo, I love it.
I made a couple. I make videos every day. So throughout the draft, I try to break down who I wanted. Kenny Gainwell was one of the names I brought up, what he could bring to this team. Not only can this kid run the ball, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, he can pass protect. We've seen the video of him putting Micah Parsons on his ass now, Dallas Cowboy. So I'm ready to see Kenny Gainwell, baby.
Fan, man. Yo, I saw that.
I'm a Penn State fan too. Me too.
So I saw him.
I watched
it.
And that's when I fell in love. I'm like, this little ass dude is doing what? So trust me when I say, Anthony, I'm more than excited because not only am I excited about Kenny, but Nick Sirianni is going to run the effing ball. I make a joke that I'm going to get run the ball tattooed on my head the past few years because I was getting sick and effing tired of it. Last year, we were running the ball 35% of the time while Miles Sanders was third in the league in yards per carry. Why? When your offensive line is falling apart, your quarterback is throwing interceptions every other effing play, and you're not running the ball. Makes absolutely no sense to me. So you brought in Jordan Howard, you brought in Kerryon Johnson, two guys that are going to compete for the goal line back. Well, I think Kerryon Johnson takes it a few years younger. I also think Kenny Gainwell, that trio right there, Miles Sanders, Kerryon Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, oh boy, NFL better be on notice.
Look, man, look. The thing that pissed me off about the Doug Peterson is because Miles Sanders would have 60, 75 yards first half.
Yeah.
And in the second half, 3 carries. Like 3 carries, like 20 yards. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what happened? Hey, Carson Wentz said, hey, coach, I got this. I could put them on my back. And
I wonder if it was him audibling out. You know, I always thought that.
That's what I'm saying.
Kill.
Yeah, kill. Oh, my God.
I was always like, he's taking the runaway. He's taking the runaway, isn't he?
Exactly.
I knew it.
That's what I'm saying. So was it Carson, Doug,
nice combo,
Howie,
all
Jeffrey,
of the above, Jason?
Hey, look, I imagine Jeffrey got a red phone up there, and then like all white, there's a red. Hey, stop running the ball. We need to make Carson look good. Pass the ball. Click. It's like, hey, Doug.
Yeah, and that shit needs to end with the whole rumors about Lori and Roseman having too much today. That shit needs to end.
So, yo, I made a video. My very first couple weeks, I said that Jeffrey Lurie is an undercover Jerry Jones.
Yo, I love him, dude. Everyone gives him a pass, and we need to hold him accountable, dude.
Exactly, but he's not upfront about it. He pushed Howie like go.
Exactly.
The interviews, the picks, everything. Go. Yep. And he's sitting back like this. Oh yeah,
he doesn't care.
I'm gonna keep him.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that Howie Roseman is safe for years,
bro. JC,
as long he don't take the Eagles under, like deep sea under. As long he could keep us competitive, meaning that every year we're in it.
Yeah.
But could we win it? But we in it.
Hey, the thing is, for me, he did win the Super Bowl by making some really great moves that year. Yeah. So I remember that. But then I watched his downfall the past few years, holding on to that Super Bowl. The nostalgia was too much, doing very stupid things like getting involved too much where you know nothing about football. So why the fuck are you talking about football? So he needs to go sit down. And I said last year, don't be surprised. And I actually just posted a clip today on my Twitter of when I said Carson Wentz will be gone. And everybody, oh, yeah, you don't know anything. I said, I'm telling you, I'm hearing from a source he's going to Indianapolis. And this was like 2 weeks before it happened. And I was telling him, look, that when there is strife in the office, and I was saying months, it's going to be Howie still standing. And I was with you, everybody. Howie was the problem. But here's the problem. you're not looking at the real problem, Jeffrey Lurie, who is allowing Howie to do all of these things. And he's the one probably telling him to do it. So I made it a point this all season. We will let Jeffrey Lurie know we are tired. So Howie, you did good with the cap. You did good with the draft. So right now, I'm on standby. But don't think I forgot what you've done the last few years.
Look, I agree with everything that you said. I mean, I have no argument. Because I
brotherly love, my man.
I'm telling
you. We found each other, dude.
Yes, sir. And hey, look, we would definitely stay in connection.
I'm gonna have you on my show next, man. So everybody stay tuned for that.
I'm there. Hey, whenever you want me, I'm there.
Love it, dude.
But like it's just like crazy how everybody is blaming Howie. There's the owner above Howie. You know that, right? Just like Jerry Jones is the owner and the GM.
You're right. He's undercover. At least Jerry's up front, you know?
Exactly. That's why the Cowboys would never win a championship because the two are the same. But Jeffrey Lurie is connected to Howie, so it's basically Jerry Jones undercover. Hey, Howie. Yes, boss. Hey, I want us to run the ball. You sure? Yes, run the ball. Okay. I'm telling you, it's just like
it's a problem.
Yeah, or pass the ball. Why? I say so. Carson Wentz is balling. Pass the ball. Like run the ball. Like it's just confusing to me because as a fan, I'm like,
you can't do that, dude.
That's
not what championship teams do.
Sanders was balling in the first half. How the hell he got 5 carries in a second? I don't understand it. I do not understand it, and I will never. So I'm glad. I'm only hoping that this was not a sympathy hire. That Nick Sirianni is not a yes man. Yes, man. Yes, man. I will because we will never see another Super Bowl. Man, I'm sorry. We will never see another Super Bowl because I believe the year that we won the Super Bowl, Howie gave Doug all the power. And then after we won it, that's when, with power come big heads.
Yep. Howie thought he did it.
Exactly. When Howie thought he was, I did Alshon Jaffe, but I never heard now one rumor that Howie was telling Doug what to run, what to pass, nothing like that. Because Frank
until
Burke
after
was there too. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the problem. He didn't have an offensive coordinator.
And
I preached that. And
Filippo was there, a quarterback coach, offense coordinator. As a coach, you have too many responsibilities. So that's why I'm glad that our coaching staff got offense coordinator, quarterback coach, defense coordinator, defensive back coach, special team coach. There's like 20,000 damn coaches on this team. And you know what? Thank you. Because everybody knows their position. And let's go from there. But, hey, my last question for you. We're running over an hour and a half. My last question for you is this. Which position battle are you most looking forward to in training camp? Because this is about to make or break our team, in my opinion. So I go after you because I'm interested to hear what you got to say.
Well, I did a whole positional outlook series on every position, and it was really exciting because we've got a lot of competition going on. Recently, now I'm on to the NFC East, doing the whole thing, who I've got ranked where. So it's been making me see where the holes really are. Obviously, we talked about cornerback. There's a huge hole there, but where there's an actual battle, left tackle, I think is the most obvious. Everybody knows that. But what I want to see, if we're not talking about the most obvious, which is left tackle, I think obviously backup receivers, safeties, things like that, depend on Rodney McLeod. Linebacker, dude. I want to see what Davian Taylor has.
That's the first.
I want to see Davian Taylor. He was a reach. That was more than a reach at third. You should not have taken him third round, but that's not his fault. So, okay, guess who we do have? Jonathan Gannon. I think, seeing Darius Leonard last year, he's going to be like, look, I'm going to make you that guy that can fly around because that's exactly what he can do, and he can help us in coverage. Also, Jacoby Stevens. Really loved that draft pick in the 6th round. I think he's going to help out play at that linebacker. Those two as nickel linebackers because we need coverage linebackers. So I need to see who's going to step out. I love TJ Edwards, Alex Singleton, Sean Bradley, Eric Wilson. But guess what? None of those guys are great coverage linebackers. And in this NFL, you need to have guys that can do that. So
Taylor
really excited to see those two, Stevens and Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see the running back position. Yeah. Who's number 2 in your mind? And just give me one.
Carry on.
In your mind, Kerryon Johnson. I think Gainwell. See?
Well, here's the thing. Gainwell is a different back. Exactly. For me, he's a completely different back. And I've talked about through the offseason, what if we see, and the reason I talked about him before the draft was, imagine if we add him in the backfield with Miles Sanders, not just as a backup, a split back, somebody that where you're seeing both of them on the field and you're thinking, holy shit, are they handing the ball to one of these guys? Or is it going to be play action? Hurts might run, or maybe he dumps off a pass to one of them. Maybe he's throwing it deep to Smith or Reagor. They have no idea. Or maybe across the middle to Goddard. They have no idea what's coming for them. And I think adding someone like Gainwell is perfect. Only reason I say he's not RB2 is just because in my mind where I see RB2, that's just my goal line guy. Kerryon and Howard are going to be fighting it out for that. But I think who sees more snaps, that's going to be Kenny Gainwell over Kerryon Johnson. I think Kenny Gainwell is going to be a huge piece of this offense.
See, I'm the opposite. I think that Johnson, or if it's Howard and Johnson, should strictly be for the 4th quarter. What happened to teams in the 4th quarter? They're wearing down. They're tired. Now you got Johnson, Howard pounding you, first down, because the teams are not the same. After the first 3 quarters, I think that Gainwell, Miles Sanders, and Gainwell, Miles Sanders, Johnson.
Howard, Huntley, Killins, Holyfield.
But how many are we going to keep? So
probably
I'm
4.
trying to think 4. So if I'm thinking 4, I think that Sanders and Gainwell is the first 3 quarters. And then the 4th quarter, you roll out. Yo, we either down by a touchdown or up by a touchdown. You roll out Johnson
run that ball.
And Howard. But Johnson could catch the ball now. Do not underestimate. Do not underestimate Kerryon Johnson catching the ball. He catch the ball at Auburn. He caught the ball at Detroit.
He can pass protect too.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that if you leave those 2 backs, you take Miles Sanders and Gainwell out, and you put those 2 backs in the 4th quarter, they could run, they could catch, they could block. Strictly 4th quarter, you down by 7 or you up by 7. You know for a fact the defense is tired at that time. They're tired, boss. Like hands on the knees, like twerking and stuff like that, because they are so tired. So I'm telling you, so that would work. I would use that approach. I would use Miles Sanders, Gainwell, because they are so like Gainwell could run and catch. Miles Sanders, I would use him as the run back, and then Gainwell, I use him as a run/catch back. But 4th quarter comes, hammer time. Let's go. That's it.
Well, if you're up, you got to run the ball. Yes, that's a definite thing. But for me, I think it's a complete opposite for me. I think you play every single one of them throughout the entire game. And if you watch Nick Sirianni and how he's been part of Indianapolis offense, they use every running back. And it's all different situations throughout the game. So maybe on one play, it's Kerryon Johnson. Here's the great part. Every single one of those running backs that you mentioned, the top 3, 4 there, Howard, Johnson, Gainwell, Sanders, they can all catch the ball. They can all pass protect. Now, I'm not saying they're all great at it, but they can all do those things. So you don't know what's coming at you as a defense. So you keep interchanging these dudes. And the only thing for me is with a power back, the only reason I don't want to wait to bring them into the 4th is a lot of those guys need to get that steam going. So just maybe a carry or 2 each quarter, just keeping them fresh. And then 4th quarter, Give him
I
10
like
carries
it.
and let him run it right up your ass. I'm
like
with you,
it.
baby. Run that damn ball.
Yo, hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, we both in the same mindset. I mean, just a little tweak in there.
I love it. That's what it's all
with
about, my
Eagles.
man.
I mean, look, hey, this season is going to be great. And
Hell yeah.
I'm going to the Buccaneers versus Eagles Thursday night games. So I'm going to be up there, like, interviewing fans, like drunk fans.
You'll see me week 2, the first game at the Niners. I'll be at the first home game. If anybody's going, come meet me, man. We'll be tailgating.
I even might be there.
Come
you know
to the 4th and John tailgate. Come, dude. It's going to be awesome.
But I'm like 3 hours away.
You might find some.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I live 3 hours away now, and I'm going to make it, and it's going to be an intense time.
Where you stay at? And where you live at?
It's like central Pennsylvania. Do you know where Bucknell is?
Well, I know where Reading, PA is. I mean, I don't know how far is that. Reading, PA, like Reading, Pennsylvania.
That's a couple hours too. I'm right
like
in
Wardorf.
You know, like probably an hour away from Reading.
Okay,
I would say.
Right. Okay, so yeah.
But I used to live right in Center City and then Levittown. So I miss it, and I will get back. But this dude right now, living hours away, it sucked because I don't miss. I'll travel 10 hours if I could just see my Eagles again. You know, with my health, I really had to be safe with the damn Corona crap. So I'm ready to get out and watch some Eagles football this year, man. Hopefully, I get to meet you, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, look, I want to actually go. I mean, even though I'm trying to start this new podcast with Tuesdays or waiver wire, Tuesdays and Fridays are like injury report, who you start or sit, and then Wednesdays or Sunday is like the final. He's out and game.
Do pregame. I do it all. Post game, do it, man. Keep it going, dude.
Driving on the road. I mean, I have to kind of try to figure
pull
out
over. I don't want you wrecking, JC. Jeez.
On my phone, but I mean, that is my goal this year, to try to bring the Eagle fans as much as I can, do as much as I can for them. So we'll see. But look, man, hey, it was a pleasure having you here tonight, man. Hey, I love having you here. I love your energy, and I definitely want you back here. Your show, my show, it doesn't matter. You call, I haul. Hey, It is what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, just let me know.
It was my pleasure, dude.
You want me? So it's all good, brother. You know what I mean?
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you to everybody I met in here. Thank you guys that said you subscribed and everything. I look forward to keep talking with all of you, checking out your show, JC. Look forward to watching you grow. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know, man. I now, like I said, I'm a social media manager. I create all the graphics and I write. I do everything, man. I try to just keep building, like you said, man. Every day I have a show. We go through the injury report, all that stuff. Yeah, it's for everybody that loves their birds. That's why I'm so glad I met you and you had me on, man, because I'm just trying to find more people that have that same passion when they're lying on their deathbed and they're just like, sure, you may die. And you just say, man, the fucking Eagles game's on. Get out of my way. Go Birds.
Yes, sir. Yeah, go Birds. Yeah. Hey, let them know where to find you at. Hey, one last time.
On the Road to Victory with Jimmy Smith on YouTube. At OTR2 Victory on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's all On the Road to Victory, I think. So every day I've got daily videos, just a recap of what's going on. I've been going through positional outlooks, like I just mentioned. Just, in the off season, I always go through, let everybody know. I did positional outlooks on the coaches. You can get to know every coach, every player. You will know, so that people don't have to come to me and go, who? I let you know where they're from, their birth date, their second cousin's name. No, I'm just kidding. But I love my birds just like you guys do. And that's what we're trying to do, is build that brotherly love. So I hope if you love your birds, you'll check me out. And JC, if you guys aren't subscribed to him, definitely subscribe to him too, because I'm loving it, loving your energy as well, man. So thank you for welcoming me and all you guys. Thank you for being so talkative. I really enjoyed myself. This was awesome. Can't wait to have you on my show, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, I cannot wait. So if you do not know who I am, this is JC from JC Eagles Talk. You can find me on IG and on Twitter under the same name, JC Eagles Talk. Look, I'm 20 subs away from 200. I started a few
Get them there,
ago.
folks.
I started a few months ago, so I'm trying my best because I love my Philadelphia Eagles. So it don't matter what question you ask me, when you ask me, I'm always up to date with my Philadelphia Eagles. But I do appreciate all my 180 subscribers. Without you, this would not work because there's no way this could work without y'all. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And tomorrow at 7 p.m., I have OnlyFans, not the OnlyFans type one, but fans only. You know what? Hey, fans.
Yes.
Hey,
what a way to end
a fans only
love it.
live stream where you could call in. I mean, I see y'all typing and stuff, but this is your opportunity to call in. Let me really hear how passionate you are, like what you want to ask me, and I will answer you. Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't care. Hey, whatever that person that's behind you could wait. This is your chance and opportunity to call in, voice or video or both. It's up to you, but I'll be here starting at 7 p.m. tomorrow. And hey, whatever happens, but I'll be here. So even if y'all don't show up, I'll still be here answering questions, asking questions, talking about the birds until I fell asleep. So as always, Jimmy Smith on the other side, JC Eagle, his link is below. Once again, go